Checkity check checkers. Hey y'all, it's Winslow. Today we're gonna test a thing with bases. I'm gonna go ahead and get some wind turbines learned. Now, this is I'm in a backup of my backup. Is what I'm gonna do. Before going out and doing quests or anything, I think it's time to do some building and or base related. Are you out of power? No, you're just turned off. My GPU fan kicking into extreme overdrive. We're gonna scout out a little bit on the planet and see if I can't find a suitable location in and around the equator. It'll have 50-50 night-day cycle, and I'm hoping that the temperature and the weather permitting would allow for my base that I currently have with my solar array set up and some wind to allow for battery charging. That's all I want. I wanted to charge batteries during the day. So the wind power will reduce the kilowatt output of the base, I believe is their function. But my concern is overall this planet has too much cloud cover. It's too overcast all the time. Because unfortunately, when you've got weather on one part of the planet, you've got the same weather all over the planet. So I am having a feeling, considering how many days I've spent on here, I think this planet is just not going to work for us for a base location, because I think overall the system is too cold. It is a cold system, so that means it's a weaker sun. And I just want to test a thing here. We are on the equator. And outside, it is 3 degrees Celsius. It is below the amount needed for us to be able to use wind. And just the temperature range, I'm not happy with that. So let me go through a couple things. EDA. These are all of the systems that we've been to. I really don't want to base in the starter systems. Really don't. I'd like to be in a separate system that has a little bit of character. But most of them are too extreme. On the info panel here, like this is a humbled desert. Not gonna want to live there. No breathable atmosphere. This is a barren, no breathable atmosphere. Crusted lava. So I'm going to have to take a little bit of time. Find. Let me go to the PDA. We're going to go to the Empyropedia. We're going to go to the no, what stars? Habitable. This is what I want. Okay, habitable. GFA is what I guess I would be looking for. And that really sucks because I really like this system. I'll test one more thing before I duck on the system. Let me go to my home. Lachata? Is that where I'm at? I could, in theory, put myself in orbit around one of these lavas. See, the thing is I really just like the I like the makeup of this system. I like what this system has. The other thing that I can try is let's go to our moon with breathable atmosphere, to the jungle moon, and see if that would be warm enough to relocate to. So we've got, come on, I can fly. Because if I can just relocate to the moon, then I'm gonna relocate we're going to the moon if that's gonna be the case. Because overall, I like this system. It's got everything that I need, except decent planet side shit. So. And I mean, there's no clouds or anything. There's no debris that would be preventing solar in the playfield. But the problem is the solar, the further away you get from the sun, the less effective solar is, right? No matter how powerful your star is. That really doesn't matter that much. The luminosity, if it's below 1, you're going to be struggling the further away you get. And I'm pretty far. That is, 8.4 astral units. Oh, and we're in a hot system. See, that's even more backwards. It's the overcast. It's the cloud cover on the planet that is causing me such strife. And now, when we get to this moon here, I'm really hoping that it doesn't crash the game and kill me like yesterday. That was great. I went through to make sure, I went back through the footage to make sure that I didn't accidentally enter atmosphere over the poles, because the way that it spawned me in is I was in the polar region. The poles are on these planets in these playfields are out of bounds. So they should realistically be off limits. When you go to the pole, your visibility should be going to near zero, and you have to kind of just like fudge your way out of it. But the way that the poles are designed is it's very, that's a huge moon. No moon. The poles are very clearly, let's go to one. They're very clearly designated as the polar region. And what that is it's just the wraparound of the map. Because while the planet itself is a sphere, the playfield, see here, you'll see it. The playfield is a rectangle. So when you've got below the cloud cover, you see that weird texture? That's the pole. That's what you should avoid, because it'll give you problems. So let's go in. Let me get oriented so that I'm going in. That's the South Pole. I didn't crash. Hooray. And then we'll take a look. Been here a couple times before. We'll go, and the problem then with Jungle Planet, if it's really stormy, we don't want to go that close to the drum. I don't want to do that. I want clear atmosphere. And this, if the temperature is stable, then I can deal with then I can deal with the cloud cover, because it still gets at least 1 star during the day. So this needs temperature between 15 and 35 C. So this is too hot. It'll be too hot for it to run. My temperature, it's on the right here. And as long as I can get a good average temperature during the day, but then I don't want to be in a kind of a shitty spot on the planet. Don't want to be up in a mountain. Remember, 15 to 35, really that big of a range. Is that really what it is? That's a terrible temperature range for wind. So this would be too hot. Most of the temperatures, it's the tilt like. Okay, it's a flat tilt. Not gonna have any variation no matter where we are on the moon. Which can be good. You'll find that the temperatures on these planets don't have much variance. They will go up or down depending on the day-night cycle. And there are certain events that can happen, the weather events that can happen, that will give them different temperature variations. But I can already tell that for the most part on the jungle moon, that this is going to be too much. And the reason why I want to be planet side, as problematic as it is because there are base raids, and there's a lot of resources and stuff to do planet side. You got a lot of POIs to fight, right? Well, not on this moon, but on my base planet that I'm on, I've got a lot of stuff to do. But I don't think that this is gonna work. If I go up higher in elevation, problem is that then it's not flat. I suppose I could. This is a nice little bluff up here. Well, and then the problem would be, where am I going to park all my stuff? Okay, well, see if I can get it to work. Breathable atmosphere. Yes. Let's take my helmet off. And because this is just a test, nothing I do here I'm going to save. Get up on here. And then I'm just going to... That's right, all my engines are right up here. We're at 30 degrees. It's a little warm, but it's raining. I'm just going to go into creative mode. And then that's going to let me do... What's the name of this base? Farpoint Station? Oh, here we go. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Farpoint Station 1 point. No. That's the one. I had some that I modified. I made this into a space station. J. Randall's. Default base. Farpoint compound. Problem when you go into creative mode and you click on the blueprints is it's going to start trying to filter out all of the POIs that you normally can't build. So we're going to give it a minute. So like all of these that are red, those are all not to be used. I just want to test to see if I can get solar and wind working on this planet or in this system. I'm gonna have to monkey with. We've got fuel. What is it? IM for item menu. Ooh. Up. And power on. And now it's becoming nighttime. So I'm going to get this set up as much as possible. I'll be back. All right, so what do we got here? Solar's not working. The turbines aren't working. I put in these stations comparable to what I have in my main base. This actually has a higher power consumption. Statistics show solar output 0, average output 261 watts. The solar, it changed it to advanced, and these buttons, these lights, on this side, the green shows the expected output based on the conditions, right? Clear skies, the direction of the sun, and weather, right? And then this is the actual output. These will light up when you're actually getting something. So that concludes that test. Is that gonna work? So let's go. I'm gonna go drop this space station out in the atmosphere. Out in space. And we're gonna see what that does as far as energy output. Oh, up to space. I'll see you there. Okay, I'm gonna get myself, let's say about halfway between the planet and the moon. Maybe I'll put it in front of the planet. So this sector that I'm in, my home sector, is fairly safe. I've cleared out all but basically one 0x POI. Where that one is. Supply station. And we've got a syndicate lookout, but I'm not worried about. Got a couple pirates, but we got Polaris, so as long as I'm not right on their doorstep, they're not going to bother me. Make sure that we're oriented. Hit O to make sure that you are flat and level, because that is super important. Placing a space station. Like I did before, I have my... So, I want to make sure that I'm oriented flat to the horizon, facing the sun, right? Because, again, your solar works based off of the direction to the sun. Blueprints. This is my... No, I don't want to publish. I want to spawn. This is my station based off of modifying J. Randall's. I use this on multiplayer a lot. And I made kind of a lower hanger type of situation. You just gotta kind of eyeball it to see if you're facing it. And then you hit O, right? O will orient you flat on the horizon. Place. I'm out here, and what I did before on this was I turned this into a garden expansion, but this can also be used for additional dock. So I've got my solar panels facing the sun. You see how it's all green and all yellow? That means that they are getting maximum output because of where it's located. So let's check inside. See what that means for it. So we've got fill up with my fake. If I can upgrade those to the advanced solar, I would do. We're gonna do fuel. We're gonna do oxygen, and need to fill the pentaxid. So this is like the fully upgraded version of my station that I used in multiplayer. Acid. Just so I can turn the shield on, get approximation of the power output. 30.9 kilowatt. Statistics show that the solar 0.24 kilowatt. Or that's probably just boosted that high because it's charging the shield. So if I were to replace it with the advanced, I don't think these are the advanced are supposed to be 4 times as effective. Look at these. Because the advanced solars they're pretty easy to get, to be honest. You just gotta get the solar cell, which you can get from trading. Let's just, I can fix this. Worked up. Five. How many did I pick up? Maybe 7 on you. Because there's no back, it's problematic. Oh, okay. Or I'll get these done. I'll be right back. Okay, they're all set. And then that is going to be, that's not the maximum number of solar that I can have for the base. But for a space station, a full array like that should be enough. But that's only 2.7 kilowatt hours. And that's not enough to offset that. And the reason for that then is because of the distance from the sun, right? Because we're that far away. So if I was to, let's test it. I mean, today's for science. We're going to do the same thing in the system closer to the sun, or into the orbit of the planet closer to the closest. See what the difference is. This. And see, that's going to be a hard system to live in, or a hard orbit to live in. Because there's military here. That means I'm going to have to be defending against spaceships. Space station. That ain't going to work. Unless I can clear them all out. Because I can kill off the ships and then I'll be fine. But if there's... Or I can be far enough away from that. From any activity that they won't. Go toward... Get towards this wreckage. And I'll get everything set up again. And we'll see if it's better than 2.74. Let me put my fuel in. Fuel the shield. That will be... See how it does. It's actually charging. See there. See how the solar output 32.8? That is distance from the sun. So that is... I used 14 solar panels, the advanced solar panel. I believe maximum 24. So I could expand that out and put 10 more. And this is, keep in mind, this is with everything turned. I actually don't even need to do that. It's charging. So that tells me that I just have to be close to the sun. So that's ultimately the problem that I've been dealing with, is that I haven't been close enough to the sun. But I don't want to live out in space. I'm probably just gonna have to live out. Why is my ship bouncing off of space? It's not gonna try to... Not trying to dock to. Is it flipping? I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. But maybe Empyrion's just being too weird. So yeah, that's my problem, is that my planet that I'm on, currently set up on, is too far from the sun. So I have some decisions to make on whether or not I want to move closer to the sun. I think about as far as you can get. 1.2 astral units. I think below 5 should be fine, unless I was in a system with a much more powerful star. So maybe I'll have to go out and do some exploration and find, like, Go to one of these really bright stars. And I have to actually go and I'd actually then start going out and exploring. I haven't really done much playthrough. Been building and setting up and doing. But it would be a nice change of pace. But yeah, this is all just done on a save that's going to be deleted. So none of this is going to really make it into my actual playthrough. But I'm glad that I was able to science out why I'm having power problems. It's because I'm too far from the sun. And like these... Oh yeah, I built these so I could put Helios modules docked up to them. That's what my design was. Design plan. Because yeah, it's got... I'm gonna turn that light off. It's got constructor, deconstructor, constructor, food, shield with small shield capacity, 2 furnaces. Oh, they're not even turned on. Let's see what the power output is with them turned. It may not calculate that. Nope. But it's charging the batteries. So then all I need to do is put batteries in. But it's also got the garden lights that are on. I mean, it's fully... It's at its highest possible power output right now, with the exception of recharging sheet. So that's some good science. But I'm gonna wrap everything up here. Thanks for joining me as I reacquaint myself with Empyrion and I learn how the sun works. And next time, maybe I'll actually work on building a base out here. Other than that, I'm gonna start exploring to maybe find a better system. So I'll catch you next time. Bye.